Welcome all. Gunning to Old Trafford here. Wow, guys, we are so happy to be back. Coming off a fantabulous weekend. Amazing stuff. You with your host here, Shady, Ibi. Bring us in, brother. Bring us in. What a weekend.
Before we bring us in, Manchester is red. London is red. And Liverpool, the city is nothing because Liverpool Football Club lost and Everton Football Club lost. So like Liverpool.
So what color is it? Grey. Listen, we must mix red and blue. Yeah, it gives you grey.
No, red and blue give what
red and blue
color?
about
Purple.
shade.
They're frustrated.
Merseyside is purple. Very frustrated at the Merseyside. Please give Jurgen Klopp and Frank Lampard a call. Thank you so much.
So guys, jokes aside, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Guys, if you are living under a rock like we always say, remember Gunning to Old Trafford is across multiple social media platforms, starting off with a big hitter, YouTube. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when the videos drop. We are on Instagram for our day-to-day content. We are on Twitter for all of the punchy stuff. TikTok for the really fun stuff. Facebook is up and running. Facebook is rocking. And guys, you know, for the face of radio, you can get us on Spotify. We're going to be up and running soon. Fareed finally behind the camera again. He's going to help us set up Spotify. So we'll be up and running on another platform. So happy days.
Happy days. In touch, in tune,
and independent. Welcome to 702. Gunning to Old Trafford.
Awesome stuff. Ibrahim, what a weekend.
What a weekend.
What a weekend.
Brilliant.
I can see it in your eyes. I can you jumping.
I'll jump.
You jumping.
And apart from Manchester being red, you know, I had 3 reasons to really brighten up my day. And it all started off with Solly March and Danny Welbeck.
Oh yes.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, yes.
Once a red, always a red, huh?
Rashford.
Yeah,
you did it.
I love it, huh? Love the celebration. Sorry for it. So, Abdul, Manchester United 2, Manchester City 1. Wow. The tears are still flowing from Manchester City fans. I thought there's such a small amount that we wouldn't, really see the noise coming out.
I have something to say about it, especially Manchester City. Pep Guardiola does nothing wrong. Nothing. He's never done anything wrong since he's at City. So we blame the referees. We blame an offside, or we think it's offside. And I brought the rule book out here.
Thank you.
Today, right? I brought the rule book. But Pep Guardiola, even I think was it the Champions League final where he only started with the midfielders, also did nothing wrong.
And they lost that one.
Also did nothing wrong. So, guys, Manchester City fans,
you are the Mumish of the week.
Wake up. The Mumish. We always find a Mumish. And you are the Mumish. Yes, has it been going on, man?
Yeah.
They've been
get
going
into
on.
them, Abdul.
Yeah.
So, Manchester United 2, Manchester City 1.
Wow.
Tottenham Hotspurs, Egobedu 0.
Oh.
Arsenal 2.
Bear.
Brilliant.
Like Benny Blanco.
Love it.
2-0. And Theo Walker also did it one day in the Emirates. 2. You know what I mean? We just keep it at an egg bear.
100%.
Bear. Just keep quiet.
So, Abdul, who do you want to start off with?
Maybe, let's start off. No. Let's start off
with the Arsenal.
With the top.
And then we get
top of the table.
And then we go on to us at 4th. Because we need to unpack a bit of the Bruno situation.
No,
I know it's in our spotlight as well, but I think we can just touch on it a little bit.
Okay. So basically, what we'll do in our spotlight, we'll give a whole lesson, but we need to touch on it because it's a very it's a contentious issue at the moment. But we need to clear the air.
I mean, you'll clear it up with the rules, and then we'll dive in on the spotlight.
We'll dive on it.
So, traveling to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Tough
as
fixture.
You guys can see, I showed you guys before. I hit the Platinum Club. Guys, we'll take a picture of you guys. We'll drop it. I hit the Platinum Club.
Love it.
The Arsenal, I mean, they're looking platinum at the moment. They're looking good. They're looking amazing. Bringing tears to my eyes, honestly speaking.
No, love it.
But what a game, man. Let's start in quickly, Ibrahim.
Before you get in,
I
just want to, again, talk sport. Totally out of touch. There was a debate, I think it was between Simon Jordan and Martin Keown. And Simon Jordan said, in the first 20 minutes of the second half, Tottenham Hotspurs had their foot on Arsenal's throat. Come on, guys. Arsenal dominated the first half and then just managed the rest of the game.
And that's all
they allowed Tottenham to come forward.
That's all
but Tottenham never ate their foot on Arsenal's throat.
You know, first half, Ibrahim, and let's just start off from the first half. Tottenham had major chances. Could have turned the game on its head differently. We would have seen a different scoreline. However, I disagree with it. From the first minute, they were whooped. I mean, there was one stage, I think I messaged you and I called you and I said, Ibrahim, it looks like Arsenal are playing at home.
Yeah.
That's how comfortable they were.
And we need a second.
And we need
immediately the second came.
The second came. You know, so there was a stage, Partey, he broke the poles. Partey broke the pole. So, but how did he hit that thing? It was a tracer bullet. Do you know they had to change the ball after that?
Correct.
That ball burst. But anyway, moving forward, Ibrahim, I'm going to be honest again. This was one of those matches before the game going in. As an Arsenal supporter, this was one of the biggest. When I say the biggest, it's a North London derby. Tottenham have really, they said if they win and they do better, this would spur their season on. However, just too much of class, man. Too much of class.
And you can see the class difference between Arsenal and Tottenham.
Definitely. What I really liked about Conte was, for the first time, he admitted that, you know what, we were outplayed. And that's what he said. But Conte is a very proud person. The managing, Arteta, he's got it on point, Ibrahim. On point. His squad rotation is working for him. He substitutes at certain moments of the game, and we've spoken about this here. And if it's okay with you, maybe we should go through. If I go through my player ratings as I'm talking,
and then you can bring it in,
and then we bring it in. If it's okay, right? So, I just want to explain to you guys.
Just give the guys an update on the ratings before you jump in.
Sure. Okay, so I want you to do that, man.
Okay, perfect.
You do it so well.
No problem.
So well.
Guys, remember player ratings. A 6 is an average rating, and average means a standard performance, a good performance by the player. It's what we expect of him. Anything above a 6, it's over and above, a really good performance. Anything under 6 means it's a bit of an inferior performance, depending on how low he goes. So that's why the ratings will work. And Abdul will give us his rating and then explain why he's given it rating for that particular player.
Perfect. So Ibi, just before I start with the ratings, and we spoke about this before, the technical brilliance of Mikel Arteta. And I want to bring out one player here, and just so you guys can understand how brilliant the tactical situation is at Arsenal at the moment. And we spoke about the left back position. Zinchenko, technically sublime. Ben Foster, just afterwards, I took a screenshot of this here, and Ben Foster says on Aaron Ramsey vs Spurs, yesterday was literally the most perfect goalkeeping performance.
Oh, lovely.
Absolutely everything. Balls in the box. He was coming out. The saves, the distribution, and everything. Like I said before, if he doesn't make those killer saves, the game turns.
Yep.
You've got the North London, you've got the Spurs supporters on you. Arsenal under pressure, but he comes out a king. For me, undoubtedly, and also what happened after the game, and we know Aaron Ramsey is a bit of a naughty guy. Whatever happened, he really, when Mikel Arteta came and he pulled them away, it really showed that, guys, we're not here to fight. We're here for the Premier League trophy.
I mean, we'll get into the details during the spotlight, because I think that's something that we need to focus on. And I think I never condone anything that happened, because the fan was bang out of order. Richarlison was bang out of order. But I think Ramsdale,
I think he kept his composure.
But he also had a bit to start it, you know what I mean? And we know that, right?
No, we are.
So we just need to understand that, you know, in heated games, right, things happen. Ramsdale went to a point, but it should have stopped there. And Richarlison then took it to that next phase, but we'll discuss this in the spotlight.
100%.
Today, let's talk about
ratings. Definitely Ramsdale for turning the tide and for giving us an 8-point advantage at the moment. Definitely a 9. I mean, there were 6 saves which were top draw. So definitely a 9. His distribution to get the ball moving at different phases of the game and picking up that speed from a defense to attack was absolutely amazing. So definitely a 9 from my side. I'm going to move over to Blanco Benny, man. This boy here is ice ice baby. He's ice cold. He's ice cold. He's,
To you younger
he's
fans.
like, he's like Sub-Zero. You just touch him and
They're
he'll
not
freeze.
gonna know who's Ice Baby.
Okay, we need to put
Vanilla
a song.
Ice.
Listen here, can we do that?
What a beast.
Can we do a tribute to Penny Blanco? Ice baby.
We take a clip of this
Oh,
and we put
man.
the Ice Baby tune. The
Oh,
youngsters,
nice.
Yeah?
Huh?
Of course, we get him hooked to the 90s.
To the 90s.
That's amazing.
Amazing, right? So, Ibrahim, what a performance once again. You know, this is one of those boys that when he came to Arsenal at 50 million price tag, it was, Arsenal were getting stick. But now, 50 million,
Looks like a
worth
bargain.
it.
Yeah,
50 million, well worth it. And also, I'm just going to touch on, and we said it earlier on, his link-up play with Bakayo, Saka, Mfana, Futi is magical. Magical. Definitely a 7 for Benny Blanco. Right, a 7. I'm giving him a above average, but let's keep it at 7. Let me not get, I would have given him a 10. I would have given him a 10, I would have given him 11. Okay, Benny boy. So we give him a 7, right? Okay, now we're going on to, wow. And this boy, from the beginning and on the onset, I've been following this guy, and that's why I'm so passionate about him. 3 years ago when he signed for Arsenal, sent out on loan, up and down, played for Marseille, won the youngest player of the year last season in France. Not Mbappe, won the defender of the year. Marseille beat PSG, I think, on both. I think the away game they drew and the one they beat them. Pocketed Neymar, Messi, Mbappe. And all 3 of these guys admitted that this is the future. And this boy is going to take over the Rolls Royce of Varane. He's that type of player.
Yeah,
He's that type of player. Salibappe. The defending
Mbappe.
Kylian Mbappe. I mean, he is so silky smooth. He never got in a tussle, remember. They get a yellow card, him and Mfana Futi get a yellow card, and that's what was ringing around the stadium. And they were on him all the time, but his composure.
Love it.
Thomas Partey, Xhaka protected him. Benny Blanco, like Donny Brasco, protected him the whole game.
And like we said in our watch-alongs, in our lives, we want the best Arsenal team to be available to play Manchester United. So we didn't want them to get the yellows. And I'm glad that they were protected so they didn't end up with the yellows.
100%. So, Ibi, definitely Salibappe is back, showing everybody what he's really made of.
He had a tough game in the week.
He did.
And then came back strong against Tottenham.
And also, on good news, and we'll also touch on it very quickly, almost ready to get the pen.
Oh, love it.
And I hear this is a 6-year deal, so he sees himself at the Emirates. So that's amazing. Definitely an 8 from me, Salibappe. 8 from me. Moving on to Gabriel. Also, we've been giving Gabriel stick. Gabriel, I don't know what happened, but I think him not going to the World Cup has really grounded him. For example, before the World Cup, Gabriel is up front. We don't know who's marking. There's a mistake and stuff. Ever since the World Cup, it's like Mikel Arteta said, boy, sit down with me. Relax. Let's go out there to Salt Bay in Dubai when they went for the recess. Let's talk about it. Calm yourself down. And I promise you, since he's come back, they're looking solid.
I mean, the mistake is still there. However, he's playing with a lot more composure, a lot more confidence, and he's got that cover of Salibappe.
Correct.
And you know that sense of protection, and I think that helps him.
A lot. So Gabriel and obviously his threat going forward is amazing. So I'm going for a 7. Yeah. He's increasing. He's getting better.
He's getting for 8. I would have reeled you in.
No.
But
I think a 7. I think he
good.
did well. I was a bit disappointed with the Son effort, which I feel he could have done a bit better in reading the Son run, and that could have been detrimental to the result. But a 7 for him. Zinchenko. Why I love this is what we just said before, and there is a reason I said it before the player ratings, is because you need to understand what Mikel Arteta has got here. He's got a dynamo that is a left wing back dash center mid, and it's the functionality of the team is just like it's a well-oiled machine, you know. And what I love about it, he gives everything, and then you can bring on Kieran Tierney, because that's a place where Arsenal like moving the ball. You know what I'm saying? They overload on the left, they have a numerical advantage, and boom, Mfana Futi,
Yeah.
Laushapa.
And
You know
also,
what I mean?
And I think what Zinchenko brings to the Arsenal team is what you guys didn't have, a winner. Zinchenko is
Got you.
used to
Got
winning
you.
titles with
Got
Pep
you.
Guardiola. So he's got that arrogance
Yes,
and
yes.
understands what it takes to be in a title charge, because he went up head to head with Liverpool last season, right till the last game of the season.
Yeah.
The season before, a tough one also, right through to the end. So for them for a player like him to be in the dressing room to tell the guys,
You know,
I've been here, let's be calm, let's get a good head on our shoulders.
It's important.
Let's one game at a time, and we get there.
And spur them
I
on.
think that arrogance that he brings to the team helps his team significantly.
You know,
So
Ibrahim, I was
don't
gonna give
discount
him-
there.
No, very, very important. You know, Ibi, I was going to give him a 7, but you know what I love about this boy? He's so loyal, man. You know when Mudrik did his Mudrik trick, this guy immediately unfollowed him. He unfollowed him. And for that, you guys know how I am about loyalty. I can burn bridges. Because loyalty is priceless.
100% agree.
Definitely an 8 for Zinchenko. Definitely an 8. What he brought, that movement, really, really played well. You know, he really kept the ball. Thomas Partey. Thomas Partey. It's a party. Wow, man. Wow, what a player. Breaks up the play when you need him to. His passing, his transition play. I just feel sometimes if he moves the ball a little bit faster, you can get something going, because you got a Gabriel Martinelli and Saka. But his breakup play in the center. Ibrahim, if you don't watch it, guy, he starts dictating things. And he starts dictating things, not in a party, in a loud way.
Quietly.
Very courageous, in a very seductive
Reminds me of
way.
a
You know?
lot like Michael Carrick.
Yes, very.
Silent assassin.
Silent.
Go about doing your work. Even a Jordan Henderson. Go about doing your work. People don't really
Yeah.
rate you. People don't see the effort that you're doing. But without you in
Keeping
the
it
team,
going.
without you in the team, they see how the team struggles. And I think
Arguably the best centre defensive mid in the league at the moment.
we will see on Sunday. Casemiro versus Partey. We'll
Ooh,
see.
it's gonna be a
Let's be
cracker.
honest.
Whoa.
Let's be honest. At the
He's
moment,
playing
the way
well.
he's playing, I think hands down.
I think
the best
also
defensive mid in the
I
league.
think they got different attributes.
Yeah, you see Farid also
Casemiro's a different player.
much more. He's got more
Box to box.
box to box. Yeah.
Defensive mid, pure out and out defensive
It's
mid.
him.
Partey
It's
is
him.
It's him.
100%. Agreed.
And you know,
far above
Farid,
everyone.
like we say in Ibrahim, is that for your team to function well, you have certain players, and he's working for the Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? He lets these bazookas play up front, man. Those bazookas, man. He says, you guys must start Licha. Eh? If you don't start Licha, it's a problem.
100%.
There's a problem.
100%.
That light is hoy. Hoy. Right? You guys-
I'm worried, man. I'm worried.
It's going to be good, don't
gonna be
worry.
a tough one.
Right, so Partey, for keeping us just there, wow, that shot was also amazing. I'm going to give you above, and definitely deserves a 7, right? definitely a 7. The link-up play with Zinchenko was amazing. Moving forward a little bit higher up the field, Granit Xhaka, man. You know, when we
What
spoke
a leader,
about
man.
being the
I love
enforcer.
that clip that you
How's
dropped
that
on
clip?
Instagram, man.
He's
It shows
he's
you the
bulleting.
leadership this
He's
guy
got it.
got, man.
And you know what? We spoke about it before when
And
we
how he
said
changed his career, man.
just like that.
Was
I
about
mean, he
to
was
leave Arsenal.
good.
He was sworn off the
He
field,
was
man.
sworn off the field. Do you know? Here's another thing, a small fun fact for you guys. That Granit Xhaka was bought by Arsene Wenger.
Yeah.
And Arsene Wenger had a plan for the end. The plan is working. Granit Xhaka, not the best of games on Sunday, but you know what he was? He was at
Enforcer.
Bamba.
He reminds me
He
of
was at Bamba.
Rodrigo De Paul for Messi.
You don't
he's
get-
De Paul
He's the Paul.
for Martinelli and Saka.
Odegaard and Saka. You don't get close to those boys. And you know what? The way he stops the game, the way he bullies, the way he goes to Saka, and the way he speaks, you know, a brilliant performance. Also, because of his enthusiasm and because of his leadership, small little above average 7.
Brilliant. Love
Right?
it.
7 there. We got there. Ibi, I'm going to move. Whew. Where do I even start? I can't even say this guy's name. I'm going to choke. Can I have some water?
Have some water, bro.
The conductor of the orchestra, my God. What do I tell you? There was no... And this is where people are going crazy. You don't get scouted by Real Madrid at 8-9 years old.
100%.
You don't. 30 million, Ibrahim. That's what we paid.
Class.
30 million. This boy is
A steal.
You know, and before this, Martin Odegaard was always a generational superstar. However, he lacked so much of confidence. With Mikel Arteta, it's reminding me of those glory days where William Gallas, you made a mistake. Bring on the 19-year-old Cesc Fabregas. You getting the captain's armband, my boy, and you go there.
And what a masterstroke by Arteta, giving the boy the armband, because he just brought out, and I seen a quote by Haaland.
Yeah.
To say we as Norwegians, not we, Haaland as a Norwegian, knows the quality of Odegaard. And the moment this boy is allowed to play with confidence and knows that people trust him, he comes to another level.
Yeah.
And that's why no one in Norway are surprised by the way Odegaard is playing.
Wow. And you know what? The Real Madrid hierarchy and all of them are also not surprised because
do they
they
have
know.
a buyback clause?
No.
Lucky.
No.
Lucky.
The buyback clause was not signed because no seven. Nothing.
Ooh, you guys
He
scored.
is proudly Arsenal Football Club.
Love it.
You know,
3
so
million for Madrid.
30 million.
3 million for
3 million.
Madrid bought him.
Yes.
Yeah.
As a youngster.
Imagine 3 million.
But 3 million for a youngster.
He was 8 years. Yeah, I mean, it's a big price to pay for an 8-year-old.
And then they turn it into 30.
And you guys can sell him for 100.
Yeah, but he's worth it now. Definitely, Ibrahim. You know, there was just before that sublime goal, it reminded me of Cesc Fabregas, and we spoke about it at San Siro, where he hits that 60-yarder across the pitch, grass cutter Klaus Schapper, and he runs to Arsene Wenger. This boy here hit the grass cutter, Loris saw his bums, and he did the celebration of Thierry Henry.
How was it celebration?
Guys, if you guys are not understanding what the Arsenal are doing, then you're living in a what? A rock in a hard place.
You're
What do
living
you always
under
say?
a rock.
You're living under a rock, as Ibrahim says. Definitely, that goal was amazing. Before that, he hit at Tananda, Loris' hands almost came off.
This is going to be our first 10.
Look, I still feel that this boy can do much better.
Okay, good. I agree.
Right, I don't want to get, and you know me, when I get over myself, I really get over myself. I'm not going to do it. Your real score was 9.9. But you're going to get a 9. Martin, 9 for you, the Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz, what a player. He is so functional. His assists, I mean, you know, it's going to be crazy on Sunday, Ibrahim. I don't want to know. Brilliant stuff. Nketiah, I'm going to stay to Nketiah. One of those games where you need to really craft hard. And did what he needed to do. As being a little bit of a defensive striker, you know what we do. A little bit of a defensive striker. The link-up play was good. Did what he needed to do. And a good average 6 for me.
Okay.
Because he did well. They bullied him a lot.
Sometimes you need those average guys also.
No, you need
average
that.
performances.
You know the little flickies. Next up, Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli, very quiet. Very quiet. However, Gabriel Martinelli is going to get, again, good average 6 from me. He was quiet. He was very quiet because there was a time where they really went in for him and stuff. But quiet, but did his work. A 6. Now we come to Mfana Futi Klaus Schapper. I don't know why didn't they give him that goal. I didn't even want to take out the rule book, but what I'm saying is give the boy the goal.
The deflection. If Lloris doesn't touch it or fumble it, it doesn't go into the pole. So it changed course.
But
but they should have given it to him because he made that goal.
He made it. My whole thing is Lloris, World Cup winner, all due respect, brother, when you were by White Hart Lane, if you really analyze that goal, it's how quick his footwork is when he gets the ball from his right foot to his left and brings it back to his right.
Yeah.
Lloris didn't expect it.
100%.
So why not give him the goal? Because the goalkeeper was caught unawares. He didn't even know it's going to come there. And he could have went across, but this is not the first time Saka did that.
Yeah.
He does it for a reason. He does it for a reason.
Was tight.
Very tight. He scored one, I forgot. I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to cook myself in a chain. But there was one similar he scored. He reminds me of those goals when he hits those, like Nwanko Kanu. Remember Kanu?
Kanu hit
He
the
hit
one
the Chelsea.
outside.
By the way, that's my next, I'm giving it to you, my next pass player, right? So definitely could have been much better. But Bukayo Saka, first half, definitely, just like Benny Blanco, a good, could have been an 8, but I'm going to drop it a little bit because he also looked a little bit tired. The tackles were coming in. And I'm torn between an 8 and a 7. But because of the goal, it's just going to this way. And I really believe he made the goal and it's his goal. an 8 from me. He was amazing.
And
with
you know
his
what's brilliant about this Arsenal team is that even though your big guys, your Martinelli, Sakas, are not giving that all-out performances, you got the other guys coming to the fore.
Correct.
Xhaka coming with the performance, Partey, Odegaard, you got your defenders, you know, tracking. And that is the making of a champion team.
100%.
You can't rely on 1 or 2 stars. You need a team to pull together.
Correct. 100%. Even so, Arteta's definitely, and this year comes, we're talking about his technical element and how he really understands the game and stuff. But what really won me, and today, Mikel Arteta, you're getting a 9 from me.
Oh.
And the reason for this, we're talking holistically and we're talking about the game on field and off the field. On the field, you would have definitely got an 8. He's got his substitutions right. His tactics were spot on. But after the game,
I love it.
When you needed a leader, he was that leader.
Yeah. And he calmed the situation.
It could have went anywhere. You know, the last time Arsenal, I remember this, and very quickly, and you can go into yours, 2003-2004 invincible season. Arsenal were told they only needed a draw to win the league at White Hart Lane. They were told not to celebrate because it was going to cause war. The way the Tottenham players and the fans booed them and gave them such a hard time that day, Thierry Henry and Vieira said, "Vava voom, ons kom for julle." And they went to that corner, and that reminded me, that passion. The last time we celebrated there was with the invincible season. So there was some nostalgia. I'll never forget. I was in matric that year. No, I was in grade 11 or matric, one of the two. But I was at a time in my life where we were wearing the number 4 Vieira, the 14. So it gave back that nostalgia. Definitely a 9 from me, Mikel Arteta. Brilliant stuff. Arsenal, let's go for it, boys. Let's go for it. Oh. Ibi, so that's my Arsenal ratings. What a win.
Brilliant
and now,
stuff.
we are gunning to Old Trafford. Manchester United, Manchester City. EB.
What a
Take us in there.
What a performance.
Jesus.
And I think, like Arteta, Ten Hag, a tactical masterclass.
Oh, yes. Yes.
You know, people talk about the 70% possession that City had.
Mm-hmm.
That possession was in the back 4.
They were not. That was not in the United half.
100%. And Rio Ferdinand summed it up so nicely. He said that Ten Hag and his team allowed City and managed the game without the ball.
Wow.
You know, to manage the game without the ball is something else.
It takes
and that's
class.
what he did. Amazing stuff.
You know how switched on you have to be to
Of
do
course.
that?
But I think the biggest one, and we call it on Gunning to Old Trafford.
Hey guys, before we go, the Oracle is back.
The Oracle is back, guys.
Ibrahim got the matrix. Ibrahim got the score right.
In
You
the
put
lineup.
Freddie in.
Brilliant. And I mean, you also got the Tottenham score, right?
Did
You
I?
called it 2-0.
Did I score? I scored a 2-0.
100%.
Wow, I forgot. Thank you.
Spot on.
Thank
I
you.
called it 2-1 for Arsenal.
Yes.
You called it a 2-0.
Sure.
Brilliant.
Yo.
So yeah, the Oracle is back, guys.
Oracle is back.
And the masterclass or the piece that really, took United above City was Fred in the team.
Oh yes.
And what a performance by Fred. But let's jump in and we'll discuss it as we move through. So
Awesome.
start off with De Gea. De Gea didn't really have much to do the entire game.
True.
And that tells you a lot against Manchester City. One shot on target, and that was the goal. Other than that, I don't remember a situation where De Gea was under pressure. His distribution was good. Coming out of the box was good.
Yeah.
Marshalling his defense. Keep on talking to them. That was amazing. So, for me, De Gea didn't really have to do much. I'm going to give him a 6.
I agree.
Standard performance. Wasn't called to action.
Did what he needed to do.
And that's what he needed in the Manchester
Simple.
derby. You don't want your
Simple.
keeper to be busy in the Manchester derby.
Agreed.
Give him a 6 for being quiet, so that's okay.
Brilliant stuff.
I don't want Bissaka, man. I don't know where to start with this boy. It looked like his career was over at Manchester United under Ten Hag. It looked like January was going to come, our boy was going to be sold or go on loan, and then probably a sale in January. In June. Dalot's injury played Ten Hag's hand, and Ten Hag has improved this boy tenfold.
Something else.
He's good. I mean, obviously, he was always good as a defender. Spider-Man, as we call him.
Yeah.
That, he reminds me actually of Shahid Sumar. Shahid in the Palace. The legs flying this way and that way.
Dangerous.
Now I don't want
Dangerous.
Bissaka. The legs also just goes everywhere.
And he just gets it.
And you don't know how he gets the legs in, but he gets it.
Is it not because now he realized that he wants to be a family of Mfana Futi?
Mfana Futi.
Wan-Bissaka, you want us to give her your nickname? Wait, give it. Listen, you want a nickname for it?
What's it?
I got a beautiful nickname.
Tell us.
Buti Umdala.
Buti Umdala.
Buti Umdala.
Ay, Buti Umdala.
Buti Umdala. Now, Buti Umdala is a small little guy, my bra. I know him, he's my bra.
Yeah.
But Wan-Bissaka
Is it
Ibrahim.
no Shaq Schuster?
No. He's a lighty from, I'll show you.
Okay,
He's
okay.
a lighty from Actonville, like there by the, and he does this thing. But Buti Umdala.
Is it
Wan-Bissaka? Wan-Bissaka, Buti Umdala. Buti Umdala.
So Buti Umdala, I'm going to give him a 7. Standard, and not the standard performance, a really composed performance, and was integral in that first goal.
Oh yes.
He went past, who was playing on the left? I think it was Grealish. Got past Grealish, played the ball into Casemiro. Casemiro to Rashford/Bruno for the first goal.
Yeah.
And then also that footwork, when we 2-1 up, insert his half, spins past 3 or 4 attackers. Brilliant stuff.
Wan-Bissaka
really amazing.
doing well.
Performance was 7
Doing
for
well.
me. On the left, Malacia.
Ooh, the pit bull.
What a
The pit bull.
performance. That boy did nothing wrong the entire game.
What a player.
Riyad Mahrez was the guy that scared me the most going into the game. Because I thought, all our focus is going to be on De Bruyne, Haaland. It's going to give Mahrez enough space to play. But Malacia was at his ankles the entire game. Didn't give the guy a chance to play. Him and Foden, right? Wan-Bissaka had Foden on the one side, Mahrez on the other side. They were totally out of the game.
What the defending of Wan-Bissaka and the pitbull Malacia? There was a time in that game where Pep Guardiola actually
Switched him.
they switched. And nowadays in today's game, okay, we used to do it a lot,
Yeah.
right? But nowadays you don't really switch. You only switch when this is now. Let's try and throw something at them. You know?
What reminds me of a switch? You know when Ronaldo, young Ronaldo, started at United, running down the left. Ashley Cole had his number.
Yes.
Oh, coming down the right. Ashley Cole had his number, couldn't get past him,
Yeah.
and Fergie pushed him onto the other flank. And what Ashley Cole did, Wenger sent Cole with him
On the right.
to the other flank.
On the
He
right.
couldn't leave him, man.
It was
It was
amazing. The Sir Alex Ferguson, Arsene Wenger
They were
epic,
something
man.
else. Man.
Epic.
So I'm going to give Malacia 8.
Merited.
Top performance because apart from the defending, he was also pushing forward.
Yeah.
At one point, he was at the City box, and I was looking at the game. I was like, "What is this guy doing?"
Yeah, because
man?
if City break, they break quick.
No,
fast.
but what happened when he went forward? Rashford pulled back.
Oh, brilliant.
It
It's all
was
about
in
it.
sync. And I think the biggest shock for me was Luke Shaw at centre back. I thought, the butcher of Manchester would be back into the team against Manchester City, but Luke Shaw
Amazing.
didn't put a foot wrong.
Amazing.
I mean,
player.
I suppose if you go to Shaw's house now, you'll probably find Haaland in his pockets because that boy had Haaland. I
Look,
mean,
Shaw,
Haaland
but-
is what, like 6'10",
Yeah, he's a
like
6
a giant, and Shaw is like us, 5'6", 5'7".
Surely.
But he was out jumping Haaland for the headers. Amazing stuff. So Shaw an 8 for me. Varane, cool, calm, and composed as usual. Brings that that Real Madrid class. In
It's
defense.
some sort of finesse.
Yeah.
It's just
Easy, doesn't stress in defense. Control. I mean, what an upgrade from Maguire to Varane.
Man.
Like chalk and cheese, man.
Just
Like how Shakira told Piqué, you went from a Ferrari to a Twingo.
And he drove it.
He drove a Twingo. I think we went also, but we went the other way. We went from a Twingo to a Ferrari.
Jesus.
From Maguire to Varane. No disrespect to Maguire, but I mean. So an 8 for me for Varane.
Oh, brilliant.
And I think that sums up that entire back line. And what also sums it up is City had 782 passes in the game. Only 100 passes were in United's third.
And that's unlike a Pep Guardiola
So
team.
what does it tell you? They were playing the ball sideways because they couldn't break United from front to back.
We spoke about this on our live. The pitbull effect and the man marking of Ten Hag was out of this
On
world.
point.
There was no chance City. There was the one chance where Fred just missed tackle Kevin De Bruyne was the goal.
The goal. Exactly.
Right?
And we,
But after that,
nothing.
they
didn't put a foot
man
wrong.
marked each player. They did what they have to do. And at that level, get the 3 points, brother.
100%.
Get the 3 points.
100%.
So,
So we go into midfield now, and I'm going to start off with the centre mids. Casemiro, pure class. And again, it surprises me that coaches like Mourinho, Solskjaer, and Ralph Rangnick couldn't understand that Manchester United were crying out for that hard centre defensive box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah.
That's what we've needed, you know. And again, we went from Scott McTominay playing in the first game to Casemiro playing in
Big
the position this
difference.
game.
Huge.
What an upgrade, and the passion that boy is, man.
Yes.
And did you see the City
Yes.
players trying to dive to get penalties
Yes,
the
yes.
whole time? But Casemiro, you don't play.
No,
you
you
don't
don't
play,
play.
man. He just gives it
Even
to him.
also when he had to come out, this one wants to get on. He
Always
was fighting.
angry, man. He's fighting with us physio.
If you guys must that, it's on the Instagram page, so please don't
Fighting
forget.
with the physio. So
Yes, yes.
Casemiro again an 8 out of 10
Oh,
performance for
brilliant,
me.
brilliant.
Not his most dominant performance, but I think what United needed for the game.
Yeah.
Eriksen, a little bit quiet, but broke up the play with Rodri
But did what he needed
and Bernardo Silva.
You know?
They couldn't move around Eriksen. And for a guy that's only playing with, like, you know, after a heart attack and stuff, I mean, it's amazing that he still got that that movement and that range in him. It's amazing stuff. So a 6 for Eriksen. I think it was a standard performance.
That's it.
Bruno Fernandes, man. Captain, my captain.
Fernandes.
Bruno Fernandes.
Fernandes. You have to say
Captain, my
that.
captain. That boy plays with his heart on his sleeve, man. And I think because Ronaldo was his idol growing up, I suppose he played a little bit in Ronaldo's shadow. Now that Ronaldo is gone, again, that passion is just coming
it's
out
back,
again
it's
from
back, it's
Bruno.
And
so
I
for
love,
me-
I love what he said after the game. When we started, we were individuals. But now we are a team.
100%.
It's
But
huge.
also he called it out because someone made a comment, he's making a comment at Ronaldo. And he went back in
No,
the
no,
comments
yes,
and he
just
says,
do.
if you heard what I said we're a team since the Liverpool game.
Since the Liverpool
and
game.
Ronaldo was there. So,
Yeah.
you know, don't try to
100%.
cause division.
No, I think the
love
Ten
it.
Hag stamp was already there even just before Ronaldo left. You know what I'm saying? It was
100%.
writing on the wall.
You could see.
But Ten Hag,
So
brilliant stuff.
Fernandes for me a 9.
Nice.
I think pure class.
Nice.
Amazing performance. Freddie boy.
Freddie
Boy, first half performance, a 9 out of 10.
Choo.
Kevin De Bruyne
Choo.
could not move. Fred was like his shadow.
Yes.
It reminds me of 2 performances. One, Jisung Park against AC Milan, where Jisung Park was chasing Pirlo.
Andre
Pirlo
Pirlo.
couldn't move and United
Yeah.
whipped AC Milan in the game. And the second one was Andre Herrera against Chelsea, where Eden Hazard was just being followed. So, you know,
Herrera was also a top player.
and Fred did
Man
that in the
master.
first half. Second half, I'm going to give Fred a 7. You know, lapse in concentration, and the one lapse in concentration
Led to the goal.
showed, you know, gave De Bruyne the space, got in the cross, and he scored. And Grealish scored, so I'm going to give him a 7. So net, I'm going to go
8.
for an 8.
Yeah, because
for,
it's 9
for Freddy.
8 is brilliant.
8 performance for Fred.
Fred is back, man.
Fred is back.
Fred is back.
And that's the type of performance you want from Fred. He's not a starter every game, but he's a hard hitter, like a 16 valve, you know.
Yeah,
That
for
lungs. That
He's like
lungs
a
don't
dog.
stop,
Yeah,
just
yeah.
moves all over the field.
He moves.
So I love that performance by him. Who else did we have in the team? Up front we had, so that's 4-5 in the back. I call 4
You had
midfielders now, and Rashford and Martial.
Martial.
Rashford just shows that even when he has a mediocre game, which he did,
It's class.
you can't give that boy a chance. That goal was amazing. And also the thinking when Bruno gave him the shout to not touch the ball, to allow it to come
Yeah.
through, brilliant stuff, and to get into the position. So Rashi for me is 7.
Remember, you got to be switched on because as you're playing in a game, the adrenaline, emotions, and we were all footballers. We know if that ball is there,
You want to hit it.
you want to go for it,
100%.
and you just now hoping that it's not an offside.
100%.
So I mean, just understanding that Fernandes already saw it, and when he scrammed, he knew what to do.
100%.
You know, so
Love
brilliant,
it.
brilliant stuff.
And then Martial. Anthony Martial gets a lot of stick. And people don't really understand his position. Yes, I know he's not the most. He reminds me of Berbatov a bit, little bit. He looks a little bit lazy on the ball, but he's not a lazy player. He just he moves in a certain
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
But Ten Hag summed him up really nicely. He defends from the front. You know, like how you guys got your defensive
Yes,
striker?
yes,
We-
yes.
We're building our own defensive striker. They press from the front, creates panic in that City defense.
Correct.
And you seen when he came off at the half, City rose to the ascendancy for that first 15 minutes.
That's brilliant.
Because they didn't have anyone pressing them from the front. You know,
Correct.
Anthony couldn't do what Martial was doing.
Correct.
So for me, Martial is 6, a really good performance. And then one last one, I know he didn't start,
Go for it.
but Garnacho.
Ooh,
That boy is something else. The moment he
he's
came
destined for
on,
greatness.
the moment he came on, United looked like they were hungrier, looked
There's a
like
spark.
there was a spark.
Big spark.
7 out of 10 for Garnacho, got the assist, really direct playing. And I just hope that they can tie him down. You know, his contract ends at the end of the season. They've offered him a contract, £20,000 a week. Really
No,
disrespectful,
you're
I
gonna
think, from
be,
United.
you're gonna
I
lose
think they
it,
need
boy,
to go
man.
closer to like 50 or 60.
Easy.
If not,
Easy.
I think Madrid will swoop in
Easy.
and take him away. So
And
I hope,
Neymar.
yeah. So I
That would
hope,
be said.
yeah, I hope
that
they tie
would
him
be
up
said.
because he's a star of the future.
Yeah.
A star of the present, but definitely a star of the future. And then Ten Hag, tactical masterclass. Didn't get anything wrong. His subs were perfect. The way he approached the game was perfect. And like I said at the start of the show, managed the game without the ball.
Yes.
Pep
Very important.
Guardiola, massive City with Haaland and De Bruyne and Mahrez and Grealish and Foden. One shot on target.
Said. Scary.
That was it for the entire game.
And that's not a Manchester City we know.
Exactly.
So how well did Manchester United?
Ten-
This is a question for you guys off the board.
Off the
They
ball,
were
brilliant.
brilliant.
So
Brilliant.
9 out of 10
Nah, nice,
for Ten
nice.
Hag.
Nice.
We're not going to go into the Bruno one now. Let's get
Yeah.
into it in the spotlight. But it sums up the performances. Both coaches, masterclass performances. Both teams, masterclass
Amazing.
performances. Like we say, Manchester is red, London is red, and Liverpool is purple. They are seriously under pressure. guys.
If your fans don't know why Liverpool
Oh,
are purple,
purple.
because Everton is blue, Liverpool is red, and you mix them together purple.
Purple, and they're both on a purple patch.
Difference.
Really,
Guys,
really poor
we don't want
performances.
to look at Farid behind the camera. You guys don't want to see it. So yeah. Anyway. But listen here,
Really
Ibrahim did,
unsavory hand signs here for us.
Ibrahim did warn Farid before the shoot that he's going to
Under
catch
pressure,
it.
under
He's going to be
pressure.
under pressure. So wow, Ibrahim, amazing.
Amazing stuff, Abdul.
And this puts Manchester United Bamba were the big boys. Now,
Listen.
let's be honest.
United put
You know?
Palace in the week. United
Anything
Arsenal,
can happen.
6 points. And
Yeah.
United are there, you know, throwing the name in there.
So,
I don't think
yeah.
we'll be title challengers this season. Squad is too thin. Glazers are greedy. Glazers are not spending. So I think
But
2 injuries in this United
I'm sure
squad.
the objective will be from the start
Top
of the
4.
season. Top 4, get in the Champions League and we
Top
build
4 in
from
some
there.
silverware. So Carabao Cup, you know, favourites to win there.
And top 4.
Top 4 finish, you get Champions League football sorted, get the Glazers out, new owners, and we target the summer transfer window. Jude Bellingham, Enzo Fernandez.
I'm going to teach you.
Harry
a
Kane.
word before we close here, right? So when you say we're going to move, we must say Shai Moto.
Shai Moto.
Shai Moto means we're moving.
Shai Moto, guys.
Shai Moto, right? So we must remember it, right? Shai
Brilliant,
Moto,
brilliant.
we're moving, we're doing whatever we have to do.
Love it.
So, yeah. Manchester
We'll pick us
United, Arsenal, wow, guys. As Ibrahim said in the starting of the segment, you are connected wherever, however, and on whatever social media you are on. I'm not going to repeat it again, but can I try?
Run,
okay, let's
run.
go. We got, just help me, right? We got Facebook, we got Instagram, we got Twitter for that hard-hitting stuff, like you
Twitter
said.
is a rough one.
Twitter's heavy.
Yeah.
I'm not on Twitter.
That's where
I think I'll cry.
That's where we gun the ones.
I get very emotional, right? So don't keep me on Twitter. We've got Facebook. Oh, I said Facebook. I forgot now. YouTube, one of the main one. We've got TikTok.
TikTok is all the funny stuff.
TikTok,
You know,
TikTok,
Islam, all those
right?
moves.
All of that, and there is no excuse. If you do not want to see these beautiful guys
And you think
on
we've
the
got a
screen,
face for radio,
hit us up on Spotify.
you can hear us.
So
on
you
Spotify.
are covered. Amazing stuff, Ibrahim. Always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure,
Meet
bro.
you at the Emirates.
Yeah, you guys are going to cry. But it's
Good
okay.
luck. Meet you at the Emirates.
Gloves are off this week.
Meet you at the Emirates. I'm already made with you. I'm already made.
I love it.
How's my eye?
Keep it.
How's my eye?
Does it make you laugh?
I'm made.
Anyways, guys.
Brilliant stuff. Amazing.
Love it. Thank you. And Abdul, with that, we are gunning
Gunning
to Old Trafford.
Thank you
Thank you.
guys.